There's no disputing that Russia is one of the great countries of the world. Its culture has had an impact on many, many other countries, and it's a rich and deep culture, and its people are tough, strong, astonishingly proud and good people, generous, kind, caring, but can be rather staunch. But for all its greatness, you can still see when you come to as you get further and further away from Moscow, that it's struggling, the people are having difficulties. You see beautiful old houses that if it was Austria or Switzerland, these houses would be perfectly done up, and here, they're just falling apart, and it's a shame to see this. It's sort of a little bit heartbreaking, really. I mean, it has the old world charm of a film set or something like that, but people are living in rather difficult conditions, and I don't know, there's a certain sadness that I find myself feeling here, and I think it's just because everybody I speak to life is tough, and I know what that feels like firsthand. I mean, we travel around the world and we seemingly have an amazing, blessed life, but I can assure you it's not easy at times, and I wonder why I do it, and I think, God, I should just stop somewhere and get a job that I go to every day and stick to it, and life would be definitely easier, but it wouldn't have the flavor and the adventure that our life has. So, but I digress a little because I feel the difficulties that people are experiencing, and it's really evident when I walk the streets of Chita that life isn't easy. And the reality is these people are no different to anybody else in the world. They have the same wants and needs and desires, and we're all the same, Whoever decided that we should divide into countries, and the people that continue to propagate this structure of administration and order, they're not doing it for the well-being of the people, because it creates wars, and it creates dissent, and it creates fear, and it creates all sorts of terrible things for millions and millions of people. And I meet the average Russian, I meet the average American, and I've spent years in both places, and I can tell you, we're all the same. We're all the same, and anyone who tells you differently is actually an imbecile, in my opinion, because we are all the same. So the sooner we get rid of these authoritative bodies that are literally just a handful of people controlling hundreds of millions of others, the sooner we get rid of the propaganda machine that exists in each of these countries, and America has an extraordinary propaganda machine, the biggest in the world, I believe, and Australia, and Russia, and Germany, and all of them. I gotta run, get across this crossing. The sooner we get rid of all these structures that divide people into nations and make them fear each other, and to set up borders to stop people from moving around. The sooner we get rid of all of that, the better we'll be as a species. The better we'll be in all possible ways. You know, you've been taught a bunch of stuff at school, and most of those truths are not really truths. It's just conditioning to keep you contained, keep you quiet, keep you working, keep you not asking questions. There's much more to life than what's around you. Anyhow, these are my meandering thoughts as I walk through the streets of Chita. And I look forward to walking through the streets of California and sharing the thoughts that I have there. I hope you do too. If you like what you're hearing, subscribe to hear more of it, and I'll see you later.